Okay, thank you for joining me for another episode of City Skylines. This is Garrett's Indie Gaming, and we're here in Lake Valley. So, before we really get into dealing with our needs, let's talk about some of the stuff that we did in the first episode. So, let's take a look at our zones. So if you look, this whole section right here on the left, that's all green. This area here in the center, that's all blue. This area up here in the upper right, that's all yellow. And the reason why I have them separated but grouped together is because this green area, this is our residential. This is all housing right here. This is where people live. So I want to keep this all together, all nice and neat, and then we keep the commercial close to that so that people can get to the stores very quickly because they work there, and obviously they also shop there. And then our industry area is close enough so that people can walk to it and drive to it very easily, but it's far enough away so that the residential area is not bothered by this nasty noise pollution. Look at how loud that is. You can look at how loud that is. Thanks to the infographics, you actually can look at how loud it is. So this is the noise pollution, this bright red area, and as you can see, it kind of leaches out into our residential area a little bit. So you want to keep it far enough away where it doesn't bother people, and they'll let you know. You'll get a little notification. People will be suffering sickness from the noise pollution. And another reason why we have this separated away is the regular pollution, the ground pollution. Look at that. That's gross. That's nasty. I don't want to live in that poo. Do you? No. So we put all our residential area over here, and our commercial can be close to the industrial area because this is where people work. They don't live here, so they won't get sick from just working nearby the pollution, whether it's ground pollution or noise pollution. They can work there, they can work nearby. As long as they live in a quiet, pollution-free area, people are pretty okay. So another thing is that we have this 2-lane road, our main road that splits the town a little bit. I'd say in half, but our residential area kind of takes up the majority of the city so far. So this main road splits our areas and takes the brunt of the traffic, I would say. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog in the background. She's just trying to get comfy for a nap. She found her spot. She's comfy now. Anyways, so the main road is going to take the brunt of the traffic as people from the residential area need to get to the industrial area and the commercial area and back, of course. So these heavy roads take all that traffic, and it's okay that all the roads on this side are these small gravel roads because they won't see much traffic use. They just see, people driving around to get either to school or to go to work if they work in the fire department or the school or something like that, or if they're going to the park, something like that. You might see a couple of people driving around, but for the most part, they're actually gonna walk around if things are close enough. Like you can see these people walking here. We can actually see this guy's actually on a bike. Where are you going? Apparently his name is Bicycle now, and this bicycle's owner is James Harris. Let's go to James Harris. Okay, that doesn't tell me where he's going. It tells me where he works, the general store, which is all the way over here. Let's go back to James. Yeah, he's just biking around. Good for him. Good for him. So it's okay that all these roads over here are small because they won't see much traffic. This road sees much more traffic, so it needs more lanes. It doesn't necessarily need these 3-lane roads on either side, just because it's not seeing that much traffic. Eventually, we'll probably make some of the sections 3-lane roads, because if we do just some of the sections, we'll end up getting designated turning lanes. So I'm playing on console, so I don't have access to Traffic Manager or any of those fun mods, so we're doing this pretty much as vanilla as possible. We do have all of the DLC though, So that is fun. Another thing we did in the previous episode is we put down 2 police stations. So we put down one here, so that way it can service the industrial and commercial zones pretty easily. And then we put one here kind of central to the residential area, so that way it can service this whole area pretty nicely. I believe that we also put down 2 fire departments for pretty much the same reason, so that they can service either of these areas pretty quickly, pretty easily. So another thing we did is we put this bypass road right here, so that way trucks like this one right here don't have to go through this intersection, which is also shared by a lot of service vehicles and a lot of personal vehicles, stuff like that. So it's good to just get them out of the way. It's okay if they're driving out of the city in that direction, because most of the trucks are coming into the city. There's not too many leaving the city. Not yet anyways. We're importing most of our goods right now. So right now we have some needs that we need to take care of. So let's go ahead and do that by extending this industrial area out this direction. And the reason why I'm putting it out this direction is the highway is over here, and eventually I'm going to get this square right here, and eventually the plan is to have this industrial area have its own highway connection, its sole, like, dedicated own highway connection. It will have its own highway connection eventually. So for now, we just put down these gravel roads and get to building. Alright, and we're going to put down another fire station right here, because as you can see with the little change in colors, so the red means that they have a high kind of hazard for fires. So we're going to put down one over here, a fire station over here, and then I want to put another one right here while we still have the money to do that. And let's go ahead and zone our new areas. Turn up the speed and let them build. We're definitely going to need another elementary school here soon, but we don't have the money for it yet. So we play the waiting game again. Oh darn. Silly me, I forgot to give these folks some water. It's pretty necessary. Oh no, I also forgot the water over here because I'm super neglectful. Sorry everybody, I'm a terrible mayor, and you should all hate me. No, I'm just kidding. I hope they don't hate me. That would be really upsetting. I'm trying to do a good job. I'm trying to make them happy. I'm trying, guys. I really am. We definitely need to put down some more commercials, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's mess up this whole area over here with some commercial. Ain't that nice? And then, like I said, we're gonna make some money, or at least wait for some money. While we do that, let's take a look at our park. Very close to leveling up. Less than 100 people. We're so close. We're making a profit. I mean, not much of a profit, but more than $100 a week. That's not bad. Not at this point, anyways. So we just wait for all these folks to build. Oh man, we're gonna need more trash. I'll just go ahead and put down another landfill, but I'll keep it over here. Again, you want to keep it away from your residential area just because it puts out pollution, both noise pollution and mostly just regular pollution, as you can see by this purple circle. So you just want to keep that out of there as much as possible because that's some nasty stuff. as soon as I saw that fire notification, there's already 2 fire trucks here. And there's the blue fire truck, which is one of the mod assets that I have, which is super cool. I am playing on console, but for a while there was a mod browser available. I don't know if it's still available, but I have a bunch of mod assets because of that. Like this, oh wow, this area is so loud. Like this power plant right here, this is a mod that I have 2 of them down because they produce a lot of power. Those were mods that I put down because I really like those. We can finally afford another school that I'm going to put right here on the coast. So they have one here. So this one has a pretty decent radius. It comes up to here. So these folks in this area have that access, and then these folks have more access. We're probably actually going to need another elementary school soon. We have the capacity for all the eligible students, but just barely. In fact, I might actually just turn up the education budget so that we can afford to teach more students. Let's go ahead and do that. So we turn that up to 125%, and that makes sure that we can fit about 25% more students. We'll pay this loan, and then we'll take it out again so we can have a little bit of money. And then I think I can actually afford, hey, we got a park level up. I'll take care of that in a second because I'm dealing with the schools right now. I'm actually going to put another one right over here next to this basketball court. Alright, that's not bad. Kind of a lot of schools in this area though, but that's okay. We can't afford this high school yet. That's okay. And we'll go ahead and put down a bridge that extends over here so we can start expanding the city. But before we do that, I just saw this notification, which means that these areas need workers, which means that we need to keep putting down residential. So I'm going to make sure that all of these available spots have that going. Okay. And hopefully that will sort itself out. Oh man, that's weird. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably because I built too much industrial area too quickly, and the need for residential wasn't there yet. But that's okay because they're slowly coming in, and hopefully we'll get the people in before these businesses go abandoned from not having enough workers, because that's what they'll do. If they don't have enough workers, they'll just go out of business and the building will go abandoned. So you want to keep an eye on that, make sure that you're not neglecting the needs of your city. Speaking of which, make sure that there's water in the area that I just put down. These areas are probably also going to need some more parks. These parks keep people happy, and the parks have a certain radius, so you want to make sure that they have enough parks all around the city. Yeah, make sure that we have more than enough residential going down. And let's put down a park. Question is, what park do I want to put down? We'll put down a cat park because these have a really high entertainment value. So we put one down like that, and watch as these colors change from red to blue as people are excited for the new parks. Yeah, they are not happy. They are probably going to go abandoned soon, so before they even have a chance, I'm going to say, too bad, so sad, your building is now destroyed. That's just how I take care of that personally. You guys don't necessarily have to do it that way, that's just how I do it. Because usually, it's this weird balancing act between like new businesses being built, new people coming in, and like the needs of each of them balancing out. So sometimes you just have to mess around, and it's okay if you delete a building. Bring it out like that, so that way these folks don't necessarily have to take the main road every time. They have this kind of bypass road that goes right around the main road. Nice. And let's start building off of the road up here. Alright, let's take a look at our park since that leveled up and I totally forgot about it. So we need 420 entertainment for the next level up. 420, solid number. So let's put down an item that we just unlocked, the park chessboard. Oh, why would you do that? That seems stupid. Ah, kind of ruined the fluidity. Ah. Ah. This is annoying. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright, and let's put down one of these cafes on this side. Like that right there. And we'll put a bathroom down on this side as well, because it's always nice to have a bathroom close to the place to eat because, you know, one encourages the other. Take a look at this. We still need more entertainment, about 39. I would put down these piers, but this park is not a waterfront property, so instead we'll just put down another bathroom over here because why not? And I guess the cafe does have a pretty good entertainment score to it, so we'll just put that down again. Yeah, nice. And we'll see if that did it. Oh, right on the money. 420 out of 420. How many more times can I say 420? All right, let's take a look. Oh, it looks like we are not producing enough water, so let's open up our budget panel and let's turn our water budget up so that way we are producing more water. Ooh, and a sewage complaint right there too, but that should also be taken care of by the increase in the water budget, and it was. Wow, that is a really big house. We'll make that historical, the Chestnut Residence, and the house next door because I like that too. There's a lot of neat houses in the game, like this one with its separated garage. And look at this nice little backyard. You know, these details are some of my favorite parts of the game. Alright, let's take a look around. We can almost afford another high school. Oh, we can afford it. Let's go ahead and put that down right there. So there's two different styles of high school. They both do the exact same thing. They serve the exact same function. They have the exact same price. They have the exact same capacity. The only difference between these two is how they look, and that's because I have the style buildings enabled. So if we go into our district, right there, enable style buildings, that allows you to have access to all the buildings available in the game, regardless of what type of map that you're playing on. So we need to bring the water across the river. For our other side, we are going to have to put down another inlet water, a water inlet, sorry, and then we're going to have to put down another sewage treatment plant as well because it looks like we are right about to need it. and we can't afford it just yet. So we play a little bit of the waiting game. Oh, no, we're right there. Perfect. So we'll put this right next to that one. And these also produce a bit of noise, so I want to keep them away from the residential area. So it's okay that they're close to this commercial area. And like I said, we're going to need another one of these, the inland water treatment plant. Where we have to wait until we have the money. We have more residential need, which is... Oh, look at that. So, we just hit Busy Town, a nice little unlock. Let's see what we get. Level 4 unique buildings, some tourism unique buildings, sightseeing bus tours, trolley bus, oil industry specialization, tourism specialization, all these fun policies, heavy traffic ban that makes sure that in the district or the area that you select that policy in, no large trucks can drive through. Service vehicles, police vehicles, ambulances, stuff like that can still get through and people can still drive their cars through there. It just limits like the big semi-trucks from driving through there. Encourage biking. That makes your citizens prefer biking over driving. And I like to do that once we have the bicycle lanes throughout the city. We're probably going to keep the gravel roads for quite a while because they're low in the originating cost and they're low in the weekly upkeep cost. So I'll probably keep them around for a while. But we did unlock a bunch of roads, which is very nice. A lot of new buildings, including the hospital, which is a large medical clinic, which is very nice. It has a much larger reach, much higher capacity. Very nice. And we only have one medical clinic in the city right now, so it'll probably be beneficial to put down a hospital. Look at all this stuff that we unlocked. A lot of unique buildings. Mostly stuff from the Japan content pack. So this is Wood Hills. And like I said, I'm still taking suggestions for these cities. Didn't get any comments on the first video just yet because I'm recording this video just a day after I uploaded my first video. So I'm still waiting for names to come in for both the city, which I'm taking name suggestions on. We're going to change it from Lake Valley because like I said in the first video, Lake Valley is kind of a bland, boring name. Ooh, Lake Valley. So let's change it up. Let's do something fun. Valley Hills, that's lame, I mean, like, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that for a name, but, it's not fun. Magnolia Park, it's whatever. Crescent Hills, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense for an industrial area. But, yeah, send me some names, and we will change those names very quickly from these boring names. And we want to keep in mind that eventually I am going to turn this road and start coming this way along here. And actually I might just do that right now so that I have that planned out. Alright, and that should be good enough to start this residential area. So what we'll do is first we will put down an elementary school right there. We'll also put down a medical clinic right on the other side like that. And we have negative money. So if we turn our game back on, going to need to bring our power lines across like this. We don't have enough money. Flashy. There we go. Nice. And I kind of like that because the bridge kind of hides those power lines pretty nicely. That's nice. That's nice. Alright, so like I said, that should be good to start this residential area. We're probably going to need a park over here though. Oh, I just remembered that I wanted to do something specific with this area. So Wood Hills, in the districts, something you can do that's nice and fun. It doesn't affect anything other than how the district looks. So I'm going to turn on University City because I like the style of these low-density residential buildings the most. They're probably my favorite in the game. Granted, though, some of the plain assets like this, you can only get this in an unspecified style zone area. Like, look at that. That's such a cool little house. It like reminds me kind of like a Pueblo house with the ladder and like the tiered entrances like that. It's pretty interesting. Very, very nice. So yeah, these are some of my favorite houses, mostly just because they look very realistic. And then as they level up, they look very nice. I don't like the final level that they take. I do not like them in their final form. This isn't even my final form. Anyways, so let's put down some parks for these people to enjoy. Here's a small park. That should be fun for them. And it's okay if we let our industry and commercial needs stack up a little bit, like you can see down there in the lower right-hand corner, as long as they don't exceed that halfway point. That's how you know that you're not going overboard with your needs. So we're going to need to put down another recycling center soon, so that way we can keep our garbage processing up. So what we're going to do until we get the money to do that is we're going to do the simple route. We're going to turn up the budget. So that way it can put out more vehicles and produce more, or process more trash, not produce more trash. That's the problem, is that people are already producing too much trash. But there is also a policy which you can turn on, recycling, slightly reduced garbage accumulation, but you also have slightly reduced tax income. That's usually why I don't do it. But if you turn that one on, and this is another fun policy right here, recreational use. Allowing recreational use of controlled substances attracts more tourists, but also requires more police presence in the area. So basically this is legalized cannabis in the city, as you can see from the nice little pot leaf up there in the corner. Very fun. Slightly increased tax income, moderately increased tourism, slightly reduced crime rate, and it increases the police budget by 15%. I think that's a little bit funny, and it's also kind of like true to the real world. Even though it reduces the crime rate, they're still gonna increase the police budget because, like, I don't know, the stigma towards it, I guess. I don't know. I live in an area, whoops, I didn't even actually select the policy. Sorry, I did want to turn that on. So I live in a state, I live in Washington State, that has legal cannabis, so it's kind of realistic. Recycle plastic. Recycling centers work with plus 20% efficiency, but it costs an extra $100 per week per recycling center. Yeesh. I'm probably not going to turn that on just because I have a lot of recycling centers, so we just wait for the money to come in for that, and hopefully people are putting out a little bit less garbage. That's weird. Usually it's the main entrance that takes the trash. So these guys have no access to trash, but that's because there's no access road here. So we're going to change that really quickly. I'm just going to turn off everything except for that. And we'll put down that road right there, so that way garbage trucks can at least get through here. And of course, we want to turn off this traffic light, and instead we are going to put in a stop sign, just because the traffic lights slow down traffic, especially like on the main road, and I don't really like putting them down unless it's like a really busy intersection, so I don't see the need for it, especially right there. And as you can see, immediately after I put down that access road, that garbage got taken care of. And then since this area right here overlaps this ore area, let's go ahead and take a look at our natural resources. So this blue right here, this is our ore. And what we can do is we can paint down a district if we go to our district tool. So let's unselect this. Let's put down that like this. And that should be right over that. Perfect. And then what we'll do is we go into the industrial specialization section and we turn it into an ore specialization area. And then we'll bring that out like that. And then any industry buildings that are in that area will be converted into an ore specialization building. So some of these buildings are going to get deleted and they'll rebuild as ore specialization industry buildings. These folks need more power because the whole city needs more power. Our budget is all the way up for power, which means we need another facility, which we can't afford just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down a wind turbine for just a moment until we can afford another power plant. We'll just do it like that. That should be enough for just a second until we can start affording more stuff. Looks like we need more commercial, so we'll go ahead and put that along the main road on this side. And I like to keep the commercial along the main road and off of these side roads, so that way it keeps the trucks that deliver goods to the commercial areas, it keeps them off of these roads. For the most part anyways. As you can see, this truck is using this road right here to turn around. Well, that's not too big of a deal. Over here, we're going to want to keep this area pretty clear, so I'm probably going to put most of my residential over on this side instead of this side, because as you can see, if we go to our natural resources panel, this is farming area, so I want to keep the houses off of it so that I can use the farming industry area. And if we use the farming industry area as well as the commercial specialization for organic and local produce, what that does is we actually will sell the farmed goods that we create. I'm going to make this building historical. It says convenience store, but it's a bookstore. Interesting. Oh, there's more bookstores. They've got some competition. Oh, we've got, is that just because, oh, right, that's because I forgot to put down the inland water treatment plant because I am silly. So we'll put that down and we'll connect it up and that should be good, right? Yes, that is good. These people were like, hey, I can't flush my toilet. The poo is backing up my stuff. I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm just forgetful. All right, let's go to our loan, pay, take. I like to do that every so often because that'll give you some extra money. And let's go ahead and put down another school over here. This is my favorite school out of the 2 high schools. I prefer this one just because, I don't know, it looks more like a high school that I would have gone to versus this one. Like, don't get me wrong, I like this building, and I'm pretty sure that like all the buildings in the game are based off of like real buildings and stuff like that. But this just looks like one that I would have gone to. Alright, so if we come down here, you can see the specialized ore buildings. You have this extractor as it moves this ore stuff around. We've got some more extractor sites over here, some factories and stuff. That's pretty neat. They come in different colors. That's fun. And these guys look like they need workers. But as you can see, we are filling up that industry need right now. So hopefully they shut up about that need. Let's go ahead and put down another park over here because these people are in desperate need. Look at all this red. These people are not happy. They're like, hey, I'm so bored. Please give me something to do. And I'm just like, okay. So we'll put down a dog park over here in this corner. Let's see if we can see any dogs. Any dogs walking around the city just yet? There are dogs in the game, and sometimes if you go to where people are walking, if you go to the more heavy traffic areas, we need more death care. That is something that I always forget about. So as you can see, right now we have absolutely 0 cemetery or anything in the entire city. And that's because I totally forgot about it, honestly. But it's incredibly important to have multiple cemeteries down because, especially as we start getting later into the years, people only live in this game. They only have like a lifespan of 6 or 7 years. So you really need to make sure that you have death care facilities down. Otherwise, like about a couple of years after you put down a residential area, it's been 2 years since I put down this area, you're going to start to get death waves like we're seeing here if you don't have proper access to death care like we didn't, because again, I just forgot about it. Also, if you have these facilities down, the elder care facility, it extends the lifespan of people within the radius of it, and it actually shows you the radius in this nice blue circle. Right now we don't have any of these yet. Eventually I would like to put down a few of them so that way we can expand the life of our citizens and make sure that they're living to the ripe old age of 7 or 8. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's how long they live in game years. But if we go up to here, it doesn't tell us our lifespan. That's interesting. 38 births per week and 0 deaths, but it doesn't tell us our average lifespan. In the PC version, it does tell you, which is why I'm kind of like disappointed by that. So this is another mod asset right here, the Junction Apartments. And I really like those, so we're going to make those historical so that way they stay looking like that. So we have some asymmetrical roads available, so I'm going to go ahead and put some down on this side because these areas have very heavy traffic flow. So when you put down these asymmetrical roads, it gives them these designated turning lanes. So that way they can turn off more easily, and it increases the traffic flow of that road and of that intersection. Looks like we have more need for residential, so we're going to go ahead and expand this way. Like I said, we want to avoid expanding this way so that way I can use all of this lovely farmland. Let's go ahead and, let's see, put a fire department down right here for these folks, and a police station right next to it, just to make sure that they have nice coverage of that. And then we'll go ahead and put down some water. Is already down. I was thinking ahead. Isn't that always nice when I actually plan ahead? So we'll bring this out. Let's get some houses. Oh, we got a fire going over here, and there's the fire truck. Very quick to respond. Always nice when they're quick. All right, so let's do that. These folks are gonna need a park as well, but the question is always, which park? So we'll go ahead and give them this large park. That's nice. Large park with trees. Oh. And I forgot that I want to actually extend this residential area over here, so that way all of the buildings built within this district area will all be these university city type houses. So we wait as we fill up the need for that. Wow, right there, right at the end of the episode. So this is gonna do it. Alright guys, so this is gonna do it for this episode right here. We just unlocked Big Town, so we got a new area unlocked. We unlocked campus areas. We're unlocking new policies. Look at all this fun stuff that we unlocked that we're going to have to get into in the next episode. So we expanded industry, we expanded commercial, we expanded residential, and we built a whole new residential area. Guys, this city is starting to come together. We doubled our population. It is looking super fantastic so far. People are happy, people are healthy. This is a fantastic start to this city, and if you guys are excited to see more of this city, more of this series, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to follow along for more. I post updates to my Instagram, and I am going to start live streaming on Twitch very soon. Shout out to my brother Josh, who bought me a webcam. Thanks, bro, for that. Thanks to my friends and family for supporting me and watching these videos, and thank you guys for the positive feedback on my first episode. It means the world to me that people are actually watching these videos. Every view that is not me, I want you guys to know it means the world to me. So when you like this video, when you subscribe, when you share it with your friends, it means a lot to me because I'm just starting off. And yeah, this is something that I've enjoyed doing in my free time for a long time. It's just something that I've been very passionate about, so I'm very excited to start sharing it with people, and I'm glad to see that people are enjoying my passion. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Follow along for more for this city and more for this series, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.